when you're working with real estate agents, so one of the things you can do is do a presentation in their office. I have a PowerPoint presentation that I use that explains to them how these types of transactions can help their sellers. I should do this in our office sometime, Tanti. It would be interesting. Except most of our stuff is selling very fast. So typically now I would go after a particular agent individually instead of presenting it to an entire office. Although if you present it to an entire office, you do let all of the agents know how you can help them when that opportunity arises. But you got to make it short and quick. The worst thing that you could do is go into a real estate office and start chatting and doing this long presentation. It literally is like a 10 or 15 minute presentation. If you are taking longer than that, you're boring them to death, unless they ask you questions. Now, in a buyer's market, they're going to ask you more questions. In a seller's market, many of them are going to think, why do we even need this right now? Everything is selling, right? So, know what's going on with your audience at that point. The other way that you can do it is you take the presentation, and I can sit either with a piece of paper or I can do it on a notebook computer and just meet with them over a cup of coffee one-on-one. That works too. And you want to go after the strong listing agents, the agents that have lots of, listings. But again, you go real quick. How are you going to help them? Boom, boom, boom. Especially when you find out certain ones have lots of listings that are been sitting on the market. That's how you would know who to go after. Okay. You can also call real estate agents and leave them messages. Now, if you have a specific script or you want to kind of leave a thought with them, then call them after hours. And I don't mean after hours meaning, midnight, because it could actually ring to their cell phone, But if you can find out where they have if they have a voicemail box at their office and it doesn't forward to their cell phone, some of them do, some don't. In our office, it depends on the person. Is there any chance your sellers might consider something creative? You kind of use the same script we're going to use when we call real estate agents, okay? On that. The other thing is you can use letters directly to them, just like Jim talked about, direct letters. Hand addressed. Okay, they'll open those. If they come hand addressed to them, they will open those in their office. I can tell you that, even if it's not a wedding size envelope. If even in a regular cheapy envelope, they'll open those if they're hand addressed and they come to the office because they're not going to know what it's about. Okay? Yeah, you know what actually you could do is put a check that's voided. And actually, that's a brilliant idea. I'm going to steal that. Okay, I have this letter in my my realtor course. It's called $500 or a piece of garbage. And that's what the title is, right? You know what I'm talking about? And it basically says, this is to find buyers. Now, right now, you don't need this letter because there are tons of buyers out there. But that's not always the case. Okay? There might be many times when buyers are the gold, right? I mean, it goes in phases. Well, I have this letter that says, dear realtor, do you ever have a buyer who's not qualified to get a mortgage? They have them all the time. Don't throw away their name and number. If you can't help them, maybe I can. I specialize in lease options. If you give me their name and number and I sell them one of my lease options, I will give you a $500 commission. So is it $500 or a piece of garbage? And you could actually do a $500 check that's voided in there, or for you in the future with a letter. Oh, that's a good idea. Okay. Gotta do that. Okay. But that would be cool. Or you could do something else, like maybe a commission, like the commission on their listing value, where it might say up to, like, let's say it was a $300,000 listing, that could be like a $9,000 commission check. It says future check to be yours upon, the deal. And that might, I don't know how that might work, but I think they would be like, wow.